Like, how is it in 2023 we haven't figured out another lubricant that works better than oil?
Because the lubricant we got is Jergens.
I know.
And,
It only lasts about 45 seconds. You got to reapply.
I don't know how well that'll work in a car engine.
Yeah, we're just going to start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like, they're two dumb dudes.
Welcome to the latest episode of Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
Of course, it's getting fancy, bro. We're trying to come up. You know, we're moving on to the east side, to the deluxe apartment in the sky.
For real, moving on up.
And Chris finally got a piece of the pie that he ate in one bite.
That's why I did the piece. That one piece was enough.
How big of a piece of a slice of pie do you usually get? Just out of curiosity.
Seriously, if it's a pie I want.
Thanksgiving's coming up, so you know.
No, I mean, because I don't eat my sweets like that, but I am a cheesecake fanatic. I'll eat a quarter of it.
Yeah.
If I can be greedy.
I feel like cheesecake might be one of the only cakes I don't really care for, except for my Oreo cheesecake. I fucked that up. Actually, I was still mad that Miss Faye and everybody else kept the shit.
But it was actually good.
It was good. I know. Damn, that's why I made it. I know. Goddamn, it was good.
But it was. I don't want to say cheap. It was made in an unordinary way.
It's a no bake cheesecake.
Yeah.
It's called, that's that shit you can make in like a college dorm.
Hell yeah.
Fancy. Invite a girl over, get some no bake cheesecake and some ramen.
I was gonna say frozen lasagna.
Actually, I saw this recipe today. I might have to try to make some healthy lasagna. The last lasagna I made like in a pot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine if it was like a lasagna soup, right? But instead of it's good. It tastes just like lasagna, except instead of being in layers, it's like in a bowl. But instead of using like regular lasagna pasta, I used some like healthy like chickpea pasta. Bruh, tastes good. Tastes delicious.
It ran right through you, didn't it?
But I had gas for days.
I bet.
my shit was coming out like fucking like the. Like Mater.
Oh man.
Well, with that being said, welcome to the latest episode of Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarath, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta. How's everybody doing out there?
Well, I mean, the movie we got this week is a dude.
Long as fuck.
Did you think it was that long?
I did, but it was good. I just had to say it.
Feel the time.
Okay.
When I watched it, I was engrossed the entire time. I was like, oh shit, this is like it's really in depth and like really like, just interesting. So by next thing you knew, almost 3.5 hours flew by.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was definitely interested in it. I mean, it kept my attention.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever said, like, I think the only movie that was long enough to compete with that one is probably Lord of the Rings.
I mean, in theaters, let's see. Oppenheimer.
Yeah, in theaters.
Well, you didn't see Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was about that long. I know the Batman was close to that long.
Yeah, I think this one probably takes the longest for screen time.
Mm-hmm. Well, the movie we talking about today is Killers of the Flower Moon.
Indeed.
Martin Scorsese, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. Really good cast, What are you a fan of like Martin Scorsese movies?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know many of them. I don't really know his movies after I watched the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he made like Goodfellas,
The
Departed, Gangs of New York.
Did he just do one maybe like 2 years ago?
The Irishman?
Was it The Irishman?
Yeah, he did The Irishman on Netflix.
With De Niro and what's his name? Pacino. Al Pacino's in it too?
Yeah, and Joe Pesci. Like
there you go, Pesci. That's okay, yeah.
But they try to use the technology to like de-age him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, yes, that was the last Scorsese movie I seen.
Well, what do you? Okay, so his last few movies have been like long, like this. Like, what do you think about runtime? Like, what's your take on that? Because for a lot of people, they don't want to sit through a 3-hour movie at the theater.
I mean, I don't want to sit through a 3-hour movie at the theater, honestly. But if it's intriguing, if it's interesting, and it keeps you in tune with it, and the story's good, then I mean, like you said, that 3 hours go by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like now, maybe because he's up there in age, he's more focused on telling the story and telling it right versus screen time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he don't care about that. He wants the story done, and he wants to do what he wants done. That's what I feel.
That's how I feel too. I feel like he's at this point where, like, you know, I mean, it's always been about the story. Now he's like, you know, he had this quote where he was talking about, like, I don't know if it was him or James Cameron, the dude that made Avatar. He was saying that, like, you know, you got people who will complain about the length of a movie. 3 hours is too long, whatever, but we'll sit and like binge 5 episodes of the Kardashians back to back to back and not even worry about it.
You know what it is? Because when you're at home, you can pause it, go to the bathroom, get you something to eat, whatever, and go back to the couch.
But okay, so but is it taboo to go to the bathroom during a movie? I used to think so. I used to think it was like, you know, what is it called? A
sin.
I'm trying to. God damn it! I can't talk today.
Feel all that fur around your fucking mouth.
Man, listen. Don't worry about the fur. It's for Halloween. Okay.
At least shape it up.
For Halloween. What's up?
At least shape it up.
No, I can't. I'm trying to look like a roughneck cowboy. Bro, I'll show you the pictures.
I know.
Nice.
I'm trying not to give you away on camera. That's all.
Listen, I'm saying, like, okay, sitting through a long movie was like a point of like I can't. I don't know how to say it. What the fuck are you laughing at?
Because I just had a random joke coming through my head. You seen the Brothers Grimsby, right?
Yeah.
With Sasha.
Yeah.
Remember when he's in there trying to fight the rapist? That's what your fucking mouth looks like.
First of all, fuck you. How you just gonna say my mouth look like a rapist?
No, you know the part of the movie I was talking about. Oh man.
But like, you know, that used to be like something where you could, you know, be like, you could brag about it. Yeah, I sat through the whole movie. You could personally.
Yeah.
You know, I could brag that I sat through a whole movie that I happened to go to the bathroom. Now my ass gets up like 2-3 times.
See, I still want to sit through the whole movie because, especially during this one, like, I had to get up and go right around the time. Spoiler, people, you know, we jump right into it. Right around the time when I believe they're going to question the doctors about the bullet that wasn't found.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the bathroom at that point, and I was like, God damn, I gotta go. But this is like seems like it's a very, very important part. You know what I'm saying?
I know. You know what's crazy is I have a friend who is also Native American, and she's from Oklahoma.
Oh, nice.
After I got done watching, I messaged her. I was like, "Hey, man, are you Osage?" And she goes, "Did you just watch Killers of the Flower Moon?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "No, I'm Cherokee."
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get into this movie, bro.
Indeed.
You know, Native Americans are known for dabbling in the spirits. You know, seeing your totems. What's on tap for you today?
What's on tap for every day?
Damn it.
Time to take over the world. Nah. But I'm doing good.
It's not like Pinky.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh man.
Kids don't know about Pinky in the Brain now. Dude.
Nah, that's our era of cartoons right there.
Pinky in the Brain, Foghorn, Leghorn.
No, yeah.
Bro, I watched this clip the other day on Instagram of this old Looney Tunes commercial. I think it was Elmer Fudd. He was chasing Bugs Bunny. And that shit had me rolling. But like, you know, kids nowadays probably might not laugh at it. But like Bugs, he's rowing all the way to he just goes, he gets on the canoe and rows all the way to the boat. But halfway through, he just goes so fast that he's just him and the oars. And he gets all the way to the boat, gets on there, stands up, puts the oars there. And then Elmer Fudd runs over and looks at the boat. He don't see no oars. Yeah. And he sees the oars over there. So he swims all the way over there, jumps on the boat, grabs the oars, swims back, then hops on the boat and rows in. And I was crying, laughing, but like everyone else is looking at me like, why is this funny? It's dumb. And I'm like, nah, you just don't get it, bro.
Yeah. Like I said, it's our era of cartoons. You know. But oh yeah. What I'm drinking. The usual. Jack Daniel.
But there's something special about this bottle of Jack, right? Yeah.
It's a double shot. And it is my first one for today. And it is 2:32 in the afternoon. And I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning.
That's what you would call progress.
Indeed.
That's the Martin Luther King of bottles right there.
I gotta save this bottle. I gotta start writing the times on it. Like, okay, today is October 25th. First bottle was at 2:32 in the afternoon. Let's see how I do tomorrow.
Bro, you need to make a list. Yeah, just start making a list. Right? It's like a workout list, but yours is a drinking list.
I know. Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? Shit.
Yeah.
But also with mine's not alcoholic, doing I'm always drinking.
Yeah.
Alcoholic.
Tell you, man, I sent Chris a new camera, and I don't know if you see the difference right now, but hopefully when we get it all set up, he can put the bottle up to the camera, and we can actually see what it is.
You sent me an Uncle Ruckus camera. It made me look more blacker and more darker, and I didn't like it.
He was like, "Shit, is this true?"
Nah,
it's like that camera from Chappelle's show, where you look and it tells you what you really look like.
Oh, I don't remember that episode.
Inner thoughts.
No, I don't remember that episode.
Oh, it's assuming when he goes to buy the camera, it's kind of like he's buying a Gremlin, but it's a camera and it shows like your inner thoughts and like who you slept with last and shit.
Really?
Like, you look at the camera, you was like, shit.
Fuck no. I can't reveal this information.
What else? Okay, so that's just it? Yeah,
that's it for me for today. For right now.
Well, I got my castling key, right?
Okay.
But I kind of forgot to grab my shot glass. So I don't know if I'm just gonna take it to the head or I might go grab my shot glass.
I was gonna say I'm taking it to the head, but my body is as big as yours.
Yeah, I'll take it to the head.
Okay. All right, that's what we're doing.
And after that, I got my little cider boys.
How many you got today?
I just 2, but hopefully I'll just do 1.
Okay.
I got work to do. I always got work to do, but I
shit, we all do.
Shit.
Like I got real work to do. I'm like, damn, this shit's crazy.
Mm-hmm. You back there? You ain't.
I know.
You ain't no Chris Bum Brown no more. You are Chris. You know.
I was never a bum until that time I got kicked out of my mom's house.
I don't know. I done seen some of your white beaters, bro, or your tank tops.
Oh, that's
like Lou Harper over here.
That's my chill gear.
This shit look like look like piece of history.
Man, I was telling a friend of mine about all the shit you was talking about when I did get kicked out and I was in the line buying those steaks. He's like, how you gonna cook them on the engine? I was like, shut the fuck up. It's nobody's business.
That's how you know a friendship is developing, when you can literally point out the worst shit in someone's life and be like, yeah, and just start making fun of it, and they can't do nothing but laugh.
Yeah, pretty much. All you can do is, I mean, I learned how to do that years ago. Just like when shit's going left, you get the shit about it, just fucking laugh at it. Just laugh, man, fuck it. Yeah, let me find enjoying the shit somewhere and keep it pushing.
Yeah, because if you can't try to smile even about your darkest shit, then like you're just gonna let that shit take over your life, and it's gonna fucking, just take you down a dark path. Specifically kind of like this movie, because like in this movie, the Native Americans, which I didn't realize, were at a point in their history where they had the money. The white people was the workers. The white people were the ones that were, coming in there. Can I help you, boss?
Yeah.
Can I help you into this taxi, ma'am?
Mm-hmm. Man, but that's the way it was, though. You know
I
what I'm saying?
Didn't realize that.
No, that's history for real. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't pay attention to history class, bro. I barely graduated. You kidding me?
Why do you think most casinos are owned by Indians now?
Because we owe them money.
Exactly.
They're gonna get it any way they can.
Exactly.
I get it, but I didn't realize there was a point in history when, when they had all the money. When, like, if you were doing money by Western standards, they had the money. I just thought it was almost a thing where it's like, oh man, like we fucked up. We took away all, like the Westerners took all their shit.
The funny thing about it, though, which I found interesting, they had the money because they had the land, and of course, the white people, they wanted the land, but they were still considered aliens.
Well, in the view of the white people.
I mean, yeah. I get it, but what kind of sense does that make?
I know you got the money, and I'm gonna call you a savage.
Yeah, you got the money in the land that I want, but you're an alien, and I belong here.
Yeah,
how's that happen?
I have no idea. What do you think signifies a savage to Westerners of that era? It's because they were dark.
I believe skin color definitely has something to do with it, but they lived off the fat of the land. You know what I'm saying? They live off the fat of the land.
Okay, because your throat started to
get a little itchy.
Yeah, you got some allergies going.
Ate some a little rough.
He's allergic to work.
I'm allergic to work.
All right, before we go any further, cheers, brother.
Definitely.
This is if I spill this shit on me,
Look, I'm gonna laugh.
I know you're gonna laugh. You heathen.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. What I need is the
238. Document that.
What, 238?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
My time.
I see you. All right. So the gist of this movie is, Leonardo DiCaprio plays a character who, what's so goddamn funny?
Don't worry about him laughing at.
Hey, man. Anyways, the gist of this movie is Leonardo DiCaprio plays a character who is essentially coming back from war.
Yes, he was a cook. He was cooking in the war.
Yeah, he's coming back from war, and he's moved to Oklahoma, where his uncle is like a cattle baron, someone who's he's got that cattle industry going, and his uncle is in good with all the Native Americans, the Osage Native Americans, and the Osage they struck oil, so now they're rich as hell, and now all the Westerners are coming to this area and trying to ingratiate themselves into everyday society in hopes of coming upon some money.
Yeah,
that was crazy to me.
Look, man, like every time they met a girl, but she's a pureblood. That was like some damn vampire shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know. They was treating people like greyhounds, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a pureblood greyhound.
Let's out there trying to dog shot like, oh, this is a pureblood right here. Like, okay, cool.
But what do you think was going through that? Native Americans.
I mean,
is it just because it was exotic? Like this exotic pale man, he's got nice cheekbones.
They had to know something because, I mean, they couldn't have been that stupid. You know what I'm saying? And in the movie, they weren't portrayed as stupid people. No. Like there's a scene at the beginning rather, where De Niro's talking to DiCaprio, and he says, just because they ain't talking don't mean they ain't listening or they're stupid or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He says don't do too much because they understand what you're saying.
Did you think this was gonna be like a mafia story? It's pretty much a mafia story, just way back in the day.
Well, yeah, and I mean, not necessarily a mafia story, but I knew it was going to do with history and basically how, I don't know what you want to call it, Americans or whatever the case may be, was stealing land. But nobody knows how they did it. At least I didn't know.
Yeah.
And the way to do it was to marry into the family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They found a girl.
God
damn.
It's like the worst form of betrayal.
Yeah.
Like instead of going and just taking the land like we normally do as Americans, we'll say, nah, we'll take our time. We'll finesse the people, the animals, be friends with them.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's a game of patience.
Bro, it's okay. It's just like Avatar.
Okay.
Hey, go in there, learn about these people, learn their ways, so that when it's time for us to come in there and fuck them up, you can tell them, hey, you might not want to be here when they come.
See, that was what I didn't expect. I mean, obviously I know a lot of our history as Americans is violence, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't expect it to be, like you said, Avatar, go in there, befriend them, learn their ways, and then we'll fuck them when it's wartime when it's ready.
Yeah.
It was more about going there, find you a woman, and marry into it.
I thought that's what it was too. When the movie first started, I thought, the De Niro character, which is the king, king.
Yeah.
I thought he was just like, he was a cattle rancher who was just, had a good relationship with the Native Americans. So he was just telling his nephew, like, hey man, like you might want to get in with these people because, they have the money. Obviously they have the money. It'd be good to, get in with that. I didn't know it was going to be a matter of, once you get in, hey, we taking people out.
Yeah.
Because it was just a whole scheme of just placing your pawns on the chessboard, getting them to the right spot. Because when the time comes, you can start eliminating pieces until you had the entire area. And it's a crazy thought to think that like you're taking that kind of stuff from, native people, stuff that, they own. But like, I can't think of any civilization in history that did it peacefully. I feel like it's all been done like that.
Matter of fact, that's what I want to see is Napoleon, because you know his story. Or did you not?
Yeah.
I'm about to say that history is one class I paid attention to. Like, I don't know why I just did. But his whole motto was divide and conquer.
Yep.
And he was so ruthless about it. It's like he knew he couldn't take on everybody at one time. So let me get this section over here. Do what I got to do. Wipe them out. Get the next session. And then just keep going on the line until somebody off them. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see Napoleon, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like a lot of those big war movies, and not just war movies, like those big the historical epics or fantasy epics, Lord of the I feel like a lot of the battle scenes are just, they all feel the same nowadays. Right? I mean, I can't take a lot of those things I can't take seriously. Ain't no way in hell a gunfight back then is going the way you see in the movie. You know how long it takes to reload?
One of them big ass muskets? Yeah. You had to dump the powder in there, smush that shit down, then the ball, switch it again, get up and look to see where the enemy's at. Hopefully they ain't shooting you.
Yep. Exactly. And when you watch in a movie, it's like, they rapid fire. It should literally be like one gunshot, then a whole bunch of knife fights.
Yeah. But that was the real old ways back in Greece. Sword and shield, and let's go.
Yeah. But I mean, like, one thing that's gonna throw me off about the Napoleon movie is just seeing Joaquin Phoenix. Because if it's true, if they do it the way it's supposed to be, this motherfucker gonna be like 4'9". He's gonna be like Sarath's height.
Napoleon's that's small?
Napoleon's small. That's why they always say this dude got a short person with an attitude. He got a Napoleon complex.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah. I can't see this motherfucker. I can't see the Joker Sarath size. That's gonna just throw me off.
Yeah, I still see him as the screwed up king in Gladiator.
So Caesar?
Was he Caesar? Oh yeah, he was Caesar in Gladiator.
After they become, I guess Caesar was just another name for king.
Yeah.
But I see him as the brother, or the brother from Signs.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the brother that lived in the house, and he had to hit the glasses of water at the alien.
I actually never seen Signs. It never got my attention to watch.
It's great until the end. So you find out that these motherfucking aliens who are definitely, or like can get killed by being touched by water, are coming to try to take over a planet that's 98% water.
Okay.
Would you realize that? You're like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't see it.
But okay, so oil. The oil industry. Like, what's your take on the oil industry?
That's the richest industry in the fucking world, in my opinion.
But it's just, what is this? You take this shit from the earth, and you just you use it to what is it, to lubricate
for everything,
engines.
Yeah, everything, and everything's run by a goddamn machine these days. Yeah, that's why I would say that phrase, a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying?
But like, how is it in 2023 we haven't figured out another lubricant that works better than oil?
Because the lubricant we got is Jergens.
I know.
And
it only lasts about 45 seconds. You gotta reapply.
I don't know how well that'll work in a car engine.
It only lasts 45 seconds if you actually using it right.
Yeah.
If it lasts longer than that, you might need a better engine. That's all. Your pistons ain't running at full speed.
No, for real. You need that. What is it? SAW 30 or whatever the fuck that shit is.
What is it? No, it's a 10W30.
Yeah,
I forget what it.
The synthetic blend.
Yeah, but how is it in 2023 we don't have a better quality like lubricant than oil? Is it that we don't have one, or is it that the oil industry has stopped us from really making something new?
No, I really think we don't have one. And if the oil industry has stopped us, I mean, think about the food industry. There's so much shit out now that organic this and natural that, whatever, like, imitation meat, beyond beef, whatever you want to call it. I mean, yeah, it looks like it could be real.
Yeah, but bro, they about to start selling us cloned meat.
See, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, like lab grown meat. You want this T-bone? They say, first of all, this ain't a real bone, and the meat was grown, next to a baby.
You see what I'm saying?
Lab 3.
Fuck that. Give me the cow down the street.
Yeah.
I'll be a savage. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I'll be at that point. I'm like, you know what? Just give me that little fucking alley cat or whatever. I want some real meat.
He's an alley cat. If you get that bad, the world is really going to shit. Oh man.
But no, like, cause like the oil industry was fucking, it was huge back then.
Mm-hmm.
How did someone figure out how to take this sludge from the earth and use it to lubricate engines? That's what I want to know.
I know it's probably gonna sound really, really weird, but I feel like the first engine was the water mill, because it was powered by the water moving through it.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so water is not as smooth as oil.
Yeah, but the water didn't lubricate the fucking thing.
No. So what I'm saying, if you got this natural substance that is causing this machine to move easily, but then you find another natural substance that's slicker than water, that it causes this machine to move a whole lot easier, but that's a whole lot of oil. You wasted that. So how do you reprogram it to do something different?
I think you fighting to try to create this scenario in your head, brother.
No, what I'm saying is,
first of all, I think you going like this because you're trying to like fuck with me. But okay, for those listening, Chris keeps like stroking the bottom of his beard. And I think he's doing it just to fuck with me because I got a pretty thick one going right now.
he got the Paul Pierce going.
Only right here. This shit don't connect.
No, you get a little longer.
Nah, it just it needs right here for some reason. Just never connect. This shit look like the fucking Chappelle Show logo. Just a big ass C.
That's what I'm saying. Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Let's see. Let the part grow a little bit longer. It just like kind of grow into the bottom of it.
Bro, this shit would grow out and long before it connects. I'm gonna have the Fu Manchu soon.
Man,
start looking like Genghis Khan.
Hell yeah! But no, but I was saying that you got these machines that were being powered by natural resources or whatever, but then you find another natural resource that can move it a lot easier, a lot better.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, humans, how can we make another machine and use this type of product and see how it works? And then, of course, because obviously, I don't know when was the first car made, because they were driving cars back then, or they were driving cars in the movie.
Like probably between the 1900s and I don't know. The Model T was like early 1900s, I believe.
Because I mean, obviously, the car was that they were driving was a Buick. I heard them say it too many times.
Yeah.
But you need that oil to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I
don't know. Maybe we're thinking too much into it, and there's a time gap in there where maybe oil was already discovered, but not in that region. But that was probably one of the most biggest or richest regions that they found it in.
Well, that's what I think. I think I think oil was already an industry around the world, obviously, and then where they just discovered oil in Oklahoma, wherever. So,
yeah.
It's all of a sudden the money poured into that area. All right, let's move on to a different subject.
Okay.
Could you marry a woman just to get into that family for money? See, Chris is thinking real hard, which means it's a yes, but. So that's what it is. That means yes, but.
There's definitely a but.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because
he's taking it in it because that's what.
Get the fuck out of us. That is not my style. No. Oh man. No, yes, but me, even though I know you know me, I'm crazy. There's still got to be something there. I mean, the money is good. It would be good. It might be like a cool. It might be 96% of the reason.
Yep.
But that other 4% got to be something very, very important to me.
Nice.
Even though it's only 4%, it's got to be a strong 4%.
Because like she got like childbearing hips, and you eventually want kids. She might be ugly as shit, but she got money and
Nah,
she's thick hipped.
nah, I can't do ugly.
Yeah, liar.
Nah,
Liar. I've seen your Rolodex, bro. There's a whole section in
nah.
there.
You said
suspect.
Nah, you said to marry into. Nah, if I'm stuck with you forever.
Oh, you got to be able to look at her.
Look, yes.
Can't look at the one.
So-
You can't just picture George Washington in front of her face.
But it comes time for late night fucking. But wait, hold on. Let me get these bills put all over the face. Okay, there we go. Money. I don't want to see you at all. I just want to see the money.
Because I mean, like Leo, like obviously he was working for his uncle.
Mhm.
It was his uncle's advice. Hey, man, you might want to, get in with this girl
Mhm.
because that's where the money is, and if you can get in with there, you can funnel the money your way. But that's kind of like how he chose the girl he wanted.
Yes and no, because I think he liked her first, and then the money things made it look better.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say this, of course, at the end, even though she basically left him because he was poisoning her,
Yeah.
He still was like, nah, I love my wife. At the end of the day, I love my wife.
Yeah.
Out of all the crazy shit I've been doing and what's been going on, I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, you can save your uncle and get the rest of this money and fuck everybody. And he was like, nah, I want my wife and my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think learning to love, I don't know, sometimes I wonder what's more powerful, falling in love or learning to love.
You said what's more powerful?
What's more powerful to a person's heart? Learning to love or falling in love?
I want to say learning to love.
Why is that?
Because I don't think people realize love is free. I've always said, like, you don't have to love everybody. You can have love for everybody. Everybody doesn't get the same amount of love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But love, everybody has it in their core. It's free. You know what I'm saying? When you've been stripped of it or been through some things, whatever life has done that caused you to maybe not believe in it no more, whatever the case may be. When you find that person, place, thing, whatever you want to call it, and you say, wait a minute, this person makes me feel something different, or makes me feel like love is still real. Because love never left you. You just suppress that shit so much because it can hurt. You know what I'm saying? But it's still there. So I feel like learning to love is like when you get to that point where, like, wait a minute, let me learn how to try to do this differently, or right, whatever right may be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can fall in love. People fall in love shit easily.
I fell in love.
That's why it's called falling. You fall. Gravity pushed you right into that son bitch.
And that's the thing. I feel like with falling in love, I feel like falling in love is a lot more intense because it hits you like a fucking wagon.
Yeah.
But like eventually, at some point, like once all that the honeymoon phase is over,
yeah,
you're in it. Then you either learn to love or you fall out of love.
That's what might be. I feel like falling in love is easy because it's like honestly, I feel like that's a natural thing. Like when you
said
like
unnatural or natural?
A natural thing.
Okay.
Like falling in love is easy.
Are you playing with your fucking
my eyelash, bro? Something shit. I feel like something flew in there. Shit. Let me know. Shit. Fuck, I was going through with this.
No, you said
but now I might as well just scratch this bitch because that's what I really wanted to do, and it's fucking hurting.
No, because I get so like like falling in love is a natural thing because usually it's an impulsive like reaction to something. It might not be it might be just the most weird random thing, but it can be this little nuance of life that just hits you and like you fall in love. But I feel like it can only carry you so far.
And that's what I'm saying. So with your question, falling in love is easy. Staying in love is the hard part.
Yeah, and that's where you have to learn to love because you have to learn the nuances of living with that person. This motherfucker don't put his toothpaste cap back on. How angry is that gonna make you?
Yeah.
What's the most pet peeve kind of thing?
My biggest pet peeve?
Yeah, of a random everyday thing.
The microwave.
What's that?
I hate the time not being on the microwave.
Okay,
like if somebody goes to heat up a Pop-Tart
Yep.
And they put it in for 30 seconds. Look, I'm using fucking scenarios. Leave me alone. All right.
Go ahead.
If they go to heat up, I said a Pop-Tart or something, or some leftover chicken from last night, who knows? Shit.
Yep.
And they hit the little 30-second start button, and then they pull it out at 2 seconds left on the clock and just leave it. That shit drives me fucking bananas. Like, use the last 2 seconds or clear it out, put the time back on there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's probably my biggest pet peeve besides making the bed in the morning.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. I think for me, it's not rinsing out a plate when you go to leave it in the sink. I don't care if you wash the dish right away. But when you just go to put a plate in the sink, you don't at least rinse it out a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. What the fuck, just toss fucking dry ass food on a plate into the sink and just leaves it, and they wonder why that shit smells. Like, at least rinse it off.
Yeah, I mean,
so you can at least get rid of the hard shit and like put some water in it so it stays moist.
Man, I definitely agree with you. I just didn't think that'd be a pet peeve of yours.
Bro, you don't understand. Like, if I listen, I'm not the most studious person when it comes to cleaning. And it's because I got a fucking like an artist mind. Like, sometimes that chaos breeds creativity for me. But in the kitchen, I keep my kitchen clean. Because that's I need to be able to move. And when I see just like half, like somebody will eat and like, there'll be a little bit of food left in the plate and they just put the shit in the fucking sink.
Yeah.
Don't rinse out nothing. I'm like, that's like garbage. It's garbage. It's just trash just sitting in the sink.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Where do you rank this movie amongst your favorite Scorsese movies?
First of all, I have to know all Scorsese movies to rank them. But
Goodfellas, The Departed. There was a fucking movie. There was a cartoon movie. God damn it! He did this cartoon movie a while back. The Adventures of God damn it! It was like it's based off an old fucking like cartoon or comic strip.
Okay. I was gonna say Rick and Morty, but that ain't it.
Nah, he would not be doing Rick and
Morty.
No,
I know. Yeah. When you said The Adventures, what, Tintin?
Yeah, The Adventures of Tintin. Yeah.
Oh, the animated. Oh, he did a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty good.
See, I know. I told you. You like them cartoons. You fucking
because I don't know. I told you this. I like movies that you could relate to characters versus people.
Yeah. Because
I know it's probably so weird as fuck, but how do I? Okay, let me just say Al Pacino, Scarface. But I can relate to him. Like that's me in real life. But I'm not Cuban and I ain't got no scar on my damn face. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Versus watching the cartoon, you're relating to a character that was created. It don't really matter what they technically look like. It's what they do that makes a difference. Like even like me living with Vegeta. I don't care what his fucking hairline or whatever. It's just his fucking attitude. Same Wolverine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but to me, that's the same thing as Scarface. I don't look at Scarface as a real person. I look at him. So I look at him.
But to me, a real person is acting it out. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying to me, Goku and Scarface, they're on the same level. I don't view them in different mediums.
But okay, so here's my rebuttal to that. You can meet Al Pacino and be Scarface because I was a breakout role for him. You're not gonna meet Goku. No, ever.
I would never meet Al Pacino, but Scarface.
But not everybody has their breakout role. Denzel Washington's always gonna be Alonzo from Training Day. You know what I'm saying? No, that's Al Pacino, Scarface. That's just who he is. You know what I'm saying?
That is Training Day Denzel's breakout role?
I won't say his breakout role, just what he played really, really well.
I think that's a role. I think that's a role where he stretched his range. Where everybody went, "Oh, he can do more shit than just strong black father."
Right? He was a cop in other movies too.
A cop, lawyer, but like
positive. Okay, like I feel like Will Smith hasn't had his breakout role yet. Like you're gonna always know him as the Fresh Prince. You're never gonna see him as I Am Legend. You're never gonna see him as I, Robot. You're never gonna see him as King Richard, he's still the Fresh Prince to everybody.
Okay, I might agree with that. I might agree with that.
See what I'm saying?
He hasn't jumped past that Fresh Prince thing.
Yeah.
Except maybe Pursuit of Happiness. Maybe Pursuit of Happiness. I don't know. But,
I don't know. But yeah.
As far as Scorsese movies, I mean, The Departed is still.
Yeah, that's definitely a top-notch movie.
That's my favorite Scorsese movie. This, because of the story that was being told, it might be up there with that. Just because, like, I don't know. I feel like this is one of those stories that would just get whitewashed or get, overlooked because of the subject matter. I remember I was reading about it. Originally, this movie was supposed to start filming in 2020. I know that because my friend who was the Native American, she said she was actually supposed to do stunts on the movie, but because of COVID, shit got backed up.
Gotcha.
They weren't able to film in time, and when it was time to film, she wasn't able to do it. But apparently back then, Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't even supposed to play the character he was playing. Originally, he was playing the FBI detective that came to town. Really? Yeah. So originally, the story was supposed to be about him coming to town and trying to figure out what the fuck happened, like with all these murders.
Gotcha.
But I guess after everything got paused because of COVID and shit like that, I guess Scorsese and the writers, they just looked at the script and they were like, man, we can't do the movie like this. We can't have another movie about a white guy coming in to save the Native Americans. So they changed the entire script.
I mean, the script was dope, and I'm a DiCaprio fan. I don't feel like this was one of his best performances, even though he acted his ass off. He always gives 110%. I still feel like between Inception, Wolf of Wall Street, even Django.
See, I knew that was coming.
But look, his acting ability in those, like, even with those three, I kind of got to remove Inception a little bit. Why? Because Inception was more like just the story itself was good, even though he acted really good in it. But his acting in Wolf of Wall Street and Django was like, to me, that was like, it looked like just natural acting. Like he was just out there, he might be that way in real life. You know what I'm saying?
So I love his acting in The Departed because he fits right alongside Wahlberg and Damon, and those are, born and bred Bostonians. Yeah, he felt like he fit right alongside them. So I actually like that. Even you ever seen Blood Diamond?
Yeah. Okay, that's not a good one. Yeah.
Excuse me. So I mean, essentially, you have all these guys going in there and again, like trying to ingratiate themselves with the Native Americans, slowly eliminating them. Yeah, that the money can flow to the white people. Yeah, like, man, when I think about humans and what we do to each other, like, first of all, do you blame the Native Americans for marrying the white people? Because I feel like at some point, if we don't, this is the same shit with fucking vampires in Twilight and all this other shit, where if you only marry into and procreate with this certain subsect or your race, eventually you get the fucking incest. You start getting all the different, like, genetics fucking up. Like, you gotta have outside, people just to help,
build the population, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
That's why we love white women.
This is what you call payback. Oh man.
Your vows, you be like, thank you, master.
Oh man. Oh god.
But I feel like, because there was one part where, like, the grandmother, or I think she was the grandmother, she was the mother, but she was telling, what's her name?
Anna, I think Anna.
Was it Anna? Was her name Anna?
It was Anna, Rita, Molly, and Millie, I believe.
Okay, so it was Anna. She was telling Anna, like, no, go away. Like, Molly or Millie or Minnie is my favorite.
Okay, no, she told Molly to go away.
Yeah,
and
she told Molly to go away. Yeah. She was bring
Anna. She wanted Anna. Anna was a drunk one.
Yeah, Anna's my favorite because she hasn't, married one of these white men yet.
Yeah.
She's still this wild, Native American woman. Like, I understand that sentiment because in the Asian culture, sometimes you'll see that, we're like, hey, I can't believe you're not marrying another Cambodian person. Like, I get it. When you do that, it's almost like, I don't want to say the death, but it's almost like you're what is it? You're diluting, the history of your people.
Yeah, I think it's that way in every race though. I mean,
for sure, because like in the black community, if you bring home the white woman, grandma gonna look at you like she gonna disown you.
The same way in the old white houses, but who's this Negro? You know what I'm saying? Shit. I mean, they hate it.
But do you think that's judging someone by their skin color is terrible?
Oh yeah, of course. That's been the argument since the beginning of time.
But can you understand an older generation's mentality when it comes to those kind of things?
Definitely. Excuse me, especially if the older generation went through a lot of things behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, like for Molly, like you see, as more of the Native American women are marrying white guys, it's like look at the kids. They pointed out like, hey, this one's pale, this one's dark. They're siblings. You'd never know, and it's almost like you're watching, as an older person, you're watching your history slowly being washed away.
Yeah, but that's so fucked up about it, because those kids didn't ask for that repercussion, or you know what I'm saying? They're the product of what their parents did.
Yeah.
So then why take it out on the kids?
No, I don't think they should take it out on the kids, but I think we as people need to do a better job of like teaching our kids about the history of both cultures that are in a thing, instead of just what we know today.
Yes, it's all the negative stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because negativity sells.
Chitlins, hot sauce. I mean, you don't even got your own chitlin recipe or any of your collard green recipe. So
black people don't even want to eat chitlins.
See, that's just fucked up. That's history.
I'm just saying.
That's history. You and Miss Tubman have a connection through pig innards. Don't lose it.
No. Me and Miss Tubman got a connection through Underground Railroads. There's a difference.
I mean, you mean if you got to heaven, you saw Harry Tubman, you wouldn't be eating like a pig testicle just to share in the history?
Not a testicle. Intestine, maybe. Not a testicle.
Have you had chitlins?
Yes.
Do you like chitlins?
If they're made right, yes.
Okay. My dad has his own chitlin recipe. I'm not gonna say it's great, but he has his own. It's all about the dip in Cambodians.
Okay.
Like you make the chitlins, they just boil them. Maybe smelling like fucking gym socks and shit. But they make a really good dip that you dip it in.
I mean, I'm not against. I mean, I'll try anything, but after I learned how to clean chitlins myself, like they got to be clean right. Like I didn't know who's cleaning them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the dividing factor for me. The deciding factor for me. Yeah. Who cleaned them?
Yeah, you're gonna bite into him. Like these ones are a little spicy.
You got something in your teeth. Oh, I do.
Corn. When did you eat corn?
Yeah.
It wasn't me that ate it. Oh,
that's terrible. Man.
Could you do what Leo was doing in this movie? Could you poison off of the strength of what your uncle was telling you? Could you poison your wife, to keep her quiet? Because he knew he was poisoning her.
He had to. That was my question in the movie. Like, he has to know he's poisoning his wife, which is why I think he drank it himself.
Yeah.
Like he knew what he was doing was wrong. He knew why he was doing it, because of his loyalty, I guess.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to live with it.
Yeah, I mean, as Molly, when she's watching every woman in her family slowly get taken out.
Yes.
It's like, man, so that when she's like, "Hey, man, I don't want to touch any food that we haven't cooked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want any medicine. You're gonna have to give me the medicine," because she knew it was coming her way.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so fucked up because the one person that you're trusting to keep you alive is the one that's killing you.
Yeah, but that's
The
why
one
when she asked him, she goes, "Hey, you know, like, what were you giving me?" He goes, "Your insulin." She was like,
Yeah.
and just got up and left.
Yeah.
She knew the truth. She was just waiting for the person she had. Like, she would have looked. I feel like she would have looked past all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He was just honest with her.
Yeah.
Spoiler, that's at the end of the movie. But if he was just honest with her, like, could you own up to your shit in that moment? The woman you love. Hey, honey, I've been peeing in your tea.
this gonna sound so fucked up. I'd own up to it and then try to create some type of lie that made it sound justified. But baby, I didn't know. I didn't know till later on, till after. What do you mean after you killed my sister? No, after that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like at that point, it looked like he was the one who was involved with killing her sister and brother-in-law. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, her brother-in-law
married twice into the family.
I know.
Yeah,
I'd be looking suspicious of that motherfucker.
Yeah, for real.
What's he doing? Oh, she was here for me when I needed her most. When this person died.
Yeah,
I was like, you fucking whore, man.
Look, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I said, he's gonna get this money one way or the other. He don't give a shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, what do you think? Because I feel like Leo had a good heart to him. I honestly think his character was just dumb. He was just following the advice of people who were smarter than him.
Honestly, just dumb, but being in that position where I'm not gonna say he didn't have anybody, but because we don't know his backstory. He just came from war. He's gonna stay with his uncle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. For y'all listening, Sarath, we're playing with a fish.
It's not a fish. It's a bottle opener.
Yeah, it's a fish.
I just cracked open bottle number 2.
Okay. Well, oh god, what was I talking about? Shit.
Talking about the brother marrying into the
he married in. Oh no, saying Leo was dumb. I was like, I don't think we know his backstory where he came from besides war. So he thought so I'm thinking he might have thought he was going somewhere where he could actually have a decent life, get himself situated, get a leg up on the world, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. And
by the time he realized that this is a fucked up situation, he was already in too deep to get out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, I'm in this, it's working, my family's protected, I'm protected, so I can stay in this.
Yeah.
And I think once they started to not be protected, when he realized this ain't good no more.
Do you think, I mean, obviously, I feel like that's a pretty common sentiment when it comes to, those type of scenarios where people are doing dirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I feel like there's a lot of people out there who their intention isn't to do dirt, but they're in this scenario where you have people you trust giving you advice, and you take it because these are the people you're supposed to trust.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to it and you realize, oh no, don't nobody have my back. They're all looking out for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I gotta look out for myself in this situation.
Yeah.
No. I think if I was, I'd hate to say, I don't know what I would do in that situation, but if I'm Leo and I'm watching every family member of my wife's family, if I'm watching them all go down, in my head, I know, they're gonna eventually come for her.
Oh, definitely.
So the minute he says, "Hey, you got to give this to her with this," and you make sure she takes it, just to keep her quiet for a while. I don't know if I'm sitting there taking it and being like, "All right, we're gonna do what you say."
I mean, like you said, he knew, he was just loyal, because even when his uncle, you had to sign this paper. He's like, sign the paper, and he's like, "Yeah, your brother signed it." He's like, "You signed that paper?" like, yeah, and then walked away or some shit like that.
Mhm.
That he knew, but he was still loyal to him. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he was
Loyalty's a
loyal, or do you think
motherfucker.
he was just scared? I think he was just scared. I don't think he was necessarily loyal. I think he was just he didn't want to buck the system, for lack of a better phrase.
Okay.
Because he don't want to be he don't want to be the nail that sticks out and gets hammered.
I can see that.
Because I mean, if you're watching motherfuckers walk around and take people out,
I mean,
you don't want to be the motherfucker that be like, nah, bro, this ain't gonna work for me.
but I gotta actually point something out though, to talk about this whole loyalty or scared thing. Like, I don't know how old Leonardo is supposed to be in the movie, but he got a whole spanking on film. That should let you know, like the story they're telling, like De Niro's character had power over this man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. But you hear about, okay, so you see that in movies, and usually it's a joke. When you see fraternities and they got the paddle, yes, sir, might have another.
Yeah.
But like that stems from somewhere. And that whole the Freemasons and all that shit, like that's a real thing. So I don't know, man. I know nowadays we look at it like, oh, my grandmama hits harder, but that was a fucking act of, fucking like power back in the day.
Yeah.
Let me get this paddle, spank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you familiar with like Freemasons and all those secret societies and shit like that?
I mean, I know of them. I've tried to be recruited.
Diversity.
I don't know what the fuck they wanted, but I've never been one to want to belong to a group.
Who's trying to recruit you?
Different people.
Well, like the step team.
Nah, I didn't. I didn't go close. I didn't go there when I was in college. But look, you can always tell. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Masons are a black thing or a white thing or just a soul secret society.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that much into it. But you can always tell when you see one.
How?
I can't explain it. Like, there's only one Mason I've met in my entire life who was still humble.
I see. I'm alien to this whole thing. So
I can't speak too much about it because I don't know the full ins and outs of it. But everyone that
you can't speak about it because you ingratiated, and if you speak anymore, they're gonna
look. I'll say this on camera. Fuck all the motherfuckers.
And take everything
twice.
From you?
No, they didn't take shit. Fuck them.
You Illuminati?
Look, I ain't shit. I'm me. So I ain't got shit to hide. However, I don't know much about to talk about it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. But the ones that I have met, they all got this certain type of, I can't even say swagger about them, but there's certain type of something about them where it's like,
does it feel like they think they're invincible?
That might be it. Where it's like they can't be touched.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. And you know it when you see it right off the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I ain't gonna say no names. Just in case they do come looking for me. I got plenty of shotguns waiting for you bitches, for the record. You know what I'm saying? But nah, there's only one person I met. Great person that once I realized who he was, I'd have never known it because he didn't show that.
Yeah.
He was still human, if that makes sense.
Still, okay.
like he wasn't invincible. He was just like, nah, I'm chilling, but this is what I do. And I'm like, okay, cool, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Let me find out Chris is in the Illuminati.
I know there's Illuminati.
I mean, if you were, you wouldn't say it. That's all I'm saying.
Don't put me on Front Street.
That's what I'm saying. Illuminati people, come get Chris. The fucking Men in Black, whatever you are. Come get Chris.
Oh,
I
man.
see you next time you have a black eye. First of all, I'm like, they must have had to punch it real hard for it to see.
No, I'm like home in the movie. I'm hiding so well, I'm hiding from myself. Speaking of, let's go back to the movie real quick. Why was it so easy for them to talk about off of somebody with anybody?
Well, because back in the day, so back in this time, people died on a regular.
Yeah.
People did shit. They said people didn't live past 50. If you just wanted something, you kind of just took it. It's just a matter of like this is how things were done back then. Like don't cross people. You cross people, some shit's gonna happen to you.
I mean, look at like, the dude that was selling the moonshine. He's like, we need somebody that can.
First of all, this motherfucker was a champion rodeo dude.
Yeah.
And he's selling moonshine and he's offing people.
Yeah.
First of all, man, this motherfucker like Jackie Robinson or fucking Babe Ruth or some shit.
Look, but the fact that we went and talked to him, he was like, nah, I can't do that. Go find AC or whatever his name was. Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah, they all they all know each other.
like, what the hell's going on here? You know what I'm saying?
If you were alive during this era, what would you have been doing to make money or to make a living?
During this shit,
I'd be selling yourself.
I must have still being black.
Nah, yeah.
I was just getting the fuck away.
You'd have been in the
people like me don't make it like that. People like me don't make it in that time.
You've been in the sex trade.
Oh man,
you got Mandingo 3000 over here.
I was about to say, hey, I'd have been the first porn star. Oh man,
yeah. It's back then. It was like I feel like that type of living where you're doing crime was like professional criminals were kind of a thing back then, right?
I can see that.
It was, you know.
You did say it was like a mafia movie.
Yeah, but I'm saying like nowadays when you think of criminals, it's almost like the downtrodden part of society. Like these are people who just, you know, never really got a good shake, so they resort to doing criminal activity. Whereas back in those days, I feel like being a criminal was not necessarily a sign of prominence, but like it was looked at as like an occupation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was just so funny for them to just like talk about it was nothing. Like, hey, I need you to do this. No, I can't do that. That's not my field. You want this guy. Okay, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, a couple of funny parts in there. Like, a matter of fact, let's go to the dude that his wife died. He had 2 kids that had his name. Yeah. Okay, he's the one that shot Anna.
Okay,
yeah. And he was like, it sounds to me like you're gonna take these kids and adopt them to get that money. And he was like, are you gonna do it? He said, nah, if it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, you just don't give a fuck, do you?
Yeah. Like I kind of feel like, you know, it was just a moving up the social ladder kind of thing, you know? That's what people did back then. And
yeah.
It was way more accepted, I guess. I guess nowadays, if it's probably in behind the scenes a little more. You go to a party, you meet some people, and you tell them what you're about, but you don't really put it out there. Where back then it's like, hey, I know that guy does this. Hey, watch out for him. He runs moonshine even though it's illegal.
Yeah,
you know. I see this era of humanity, and I see how we are in 2023, and I wonder, like, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
like the fact that we've come from that to what we are now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, aliens. Aliens.
No, it's called greedy. It's called greed. Think about the name of the movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. The next playlist in the beginning. Well, okay, let me ask you, see how much you was paying attention. What's the flower moon?
So the flower moon. So they were talking about those flowers that were all in the field. And like the way they were sprinkled out there, whatever, it was almost like the god came down and planted them all out there like that. So they were called moonflowers. Yeah. So the whole thing, like the Killers of the Flower Moon, is kind of like, you know, they're of the earth. These people are of the earth, and these are the people that are going there, and they're essentially wiping out a civilization.
Yes, and the land.
Yeah,
because they called the sun the Godfather. They called fire the father. I believe water was the grandmother, and it was Mother Earth.
Yeah,
which I thought was kind of dope. What did
you think? Because at the scene where the mom died, and like she kind of when she died, she kind of woke up and she saw her, like, I guess ancestors maybe, or her parents, whatever, and she kind of just got up off the bed and went with them. What did you take from that?
I took it as she went peacefully. Like, even though she knew what she was dealing with, and she could see everything changing in front of her.
Yep.
When it was time for her to go, she accepted it. Like, opened her eyes, she saw her ancestors or brother, sister, who the fuck knows? She saw some people that she knew weren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's time for me to go with y'all.
I took it as when she died,
Mhm.
she opened her eyes and she was back to a moment in her life that she was happy.
Mm.
She just wanted to go back to that time when it was just the tribe and the people, and they were just, they didn't have the oil, they weren't doing any of that. It was just them living off the land. So it was almost like when she died, she woke up and she was like, all right, now I'm back at my happy place again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very good movie.
I'm not going to downplay that at all. It's an extremely good movie. Yeah. It's just like I actually would want to watch it again, just not in a movie theater. I want to be at home. I can pause some shit, think about some shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like,
well, okay. So one of the big things about the movie is that like they talk about how all these murders and shit happened. None of it was like talked about. None of it was like research. What do you think of that? Because that's the thing, right? In Native American culture, like you hear about reservation societies, Native American police. Like I listen to a lot of like true crime shit. And one of the big things they talk about is how there's a lot of indigenous women and people who like crimes will happen and things, and then nothing gets reported, nothing gets checked out. Like what's your take on that?
Of course, the obvious that nobody cares about them. You know what I'm saying? But like even at the end, when Scorsese is reading the last words of the film, and it says none of the murders are recorded, my thought process on that was, this lady watched the whole family die at the hands of other people. You know what I'm saying? Not even other people, her husband. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just turning a blind eye or just leaving it alone was just an easy way to deal with it.
So, all right, so I look at this and I feel like it's a double-edged sword, because you see this in like kind of urban cultures too. When shit happens in the hood, what do people say? Yeah, we you frozen, bro?
No, looking at you, I thought you was frozen.
Oh, you for a second there, you were like,
no, because like something was going on, so I looked like what's he doing over there?
Oh, but so in urban neighborhoods, when shit goes down, it's almost like, we take care of our own. Now you don't call the police, you don't do this. You go talk to fucking Clifford on the corner. He's gonna talk to this person.
Tyrone, not Clifford.
Oh, whatever. Clifford, Tyrone, Ulysses, whatever those. And then you talk to them, and then but it gets handled in house.
Yes.
Right. So on one hand, I get it, because we police ourselves. On the other hand, you can't get mad at when the police don't come to help out. If you're all, hey, no snitching.
Yeah.
Talk.
Right? Yeah. True.
I don't know how to approach it, because like, to me, I'm just like, hey man, when shit goes down, the police are your friends. They're there they want to help. They can only help as much as they can. But like, some people will, fight back on that assistance and then cry wolf when they're not getting any help. And it's like, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
No.
So what's that whole saying? Everything's all fine and dandy till it's happening to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But so as in that Native American culture, like you saw, like, okay, on the reservation, we live by our own rules. We do how we do. This is how we live. You guys have no say in how we live. But then when something like that happens and you only got 3 police for an entire reservation, you can't. It's hard to like be mad. Like, oh, like I wish the regular police came and checked out this stuff.
But see, he said something in the movie too, though, because which is like, I really wonder how the laws were back then. He said because she went to DC and got basically FBI agent.
Yeah. Well, she had to, Molly had to go there.
Yeah.
Hey, this is going on.
Yeah, but then the Nero's character was like, this isn't their land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though they still came in and regulated and like kind of pieced it all together. Yeah. It was like, was it really that way back in the day?
Like, I feel like it's that way now.
Okay.
When shit happens on a reservation, like regular police can't do anything about it. But that doesn't mean they can't investigate it. The question is how much of that info is getting to the regular police. If the regular police try to come and talk, how many people are actually talking?
True.
You know? I don't know. Do you think we as people are sometimes a detriment to ourselves like that?
Hell yeah, shit. No, we are our biggest enemy. Think about that word. Enemy.
I never thought about it like that. God damn.
Yeah, I got a couple of brain cells. I don't want to have them. But the biggest enemy is always going to be your fucking self. It's always going to be you. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
What, chocolate milk?
In your case, it's going to be fucking Ryu and fucking fuck.
God damn, I could use some food right now. God damn it.
Man.
But no, I mean, like, it's...
But we are our biggest threat ourselves.
Because everybody feels like we can handle it on our own, right?
Okay.
Well, if you're in a neighborhood, a community, and you got, suspect individuals doing shit, they're gonna be like, hey, don't call the police, don't do this, don't stop snitching, we'll handle it ourselves. But then when they're not handling it, and then you try to go to the police, now they're like, hey, well, we don't know what the fuck is going on. We don't know what the hell is going on in this neighborhood. Like, I don't know. I feel like at some point you gotta give up some of that control if you truly want like the maximum effort of help coming your way.
Yeah. You have to. I mean, and that's like you said, in everyday life. You said something to me like a week ago or something. Nobody moves forward by themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever the reason why a person thinks they can do everything on their own, whether they've had to learn how to do it, whether it's just what they do, whatever, eventually you're gonna need some help somewhere. Somewhere.
All right. So let me ask you actually, what's your opinion on gentrification?
I don't know what that even means.
Gentrification means when you take a boy and you cut off his penis, and then I'm just kidding.
Okay. Let's see. What the fuck is what? Like that's so bad.
Gentrification is like when you take a neighborhood that's like crime ridden and do whatever, and then all the money starts getting poured into it. All of a sudden, all the white people start moving into the neighborhood. All the, like suburban people start moving in. It becomes less, crime ridden and becomes a little more generic.
Okay.
On the corner, street cafes, things like that. You kind of lose that artsy soul. Like if you look at Brooklyn right now, people will say Brooklyn got gentrified because back in the day, it used to have such an attitude to it, and you used to have such a personality. But now it's very, people walking around with Shih Tzus and shit.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think it's more about just, which I know is gonna sound cliche as fuck, but just trying to learn how to all get along. You know what I'm saying? All be together.
Yeah.
Like instead of like, okay, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from Manhattan, we talk like this, we do this. I'm from Boston, I'm from LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus like, it don't really matter where you're from. We're all Americans, and
well, I mean, okay, but when an area gets gentrified, say you live in this neighborhood, you've been living there for 20 years, you pay $500 in fucking rent a month. And all of a sudden it gets gentrified. You got banks moving in there, Starbucks, all these new restaurants and stores. Now all of a sudden rent is $2,000 a month. You can't afford to live there. You get pushed out.
Okay, I think that's fucked up.
But that's what gentrification does. When you take a shitty area and make it, more accessible or more popular for, people with money.
Yeah.
If to me, it makes an area safer, but at the same time, you're pushing out people who grew up in that area.
Yeah. I mean, let's think about home for a minute. We go back to Massachusetts, we hit two places, or we hit two food items. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Grinders and
the Puerto Rican food. You know what I'm saying? At least for me. But when you go back to,
there's some potato balls, yeah,
all that, a capullas, all that. You know what I'm saying? But when you go back to that place and you say, "Yo, when did they build the church here? Or where did school come from?"
Yeah,
this used to be a dirt lot we played football in. You know what I'm saying? it would get the little quarter drinks at the store right here. So and so's mom used to sell the lean days right here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're looking like, yo, the history is gone. Like the people of today would never know what this once was. Yeah. And I mean, and if it's better, I understand being better, but I guess for lack of a better word, the culture is gone.
Yeah.
The authenticity of it is gone.
Yeah. But is it better to have authenticity and danger, or a little more gentrified but safe? Because mind you, I love Springfield. I wouldn't go back to live there, but like if downtown Springfield got a little more gentrified so that people can walk around and feel safe, I'd be up for it.
I mean, what downtown's supposed to like, downtown in any city is like usually like that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, well, Springfield is like, I mean, other than around the casino, you know, you don't really see people walking around because it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know? So if you could gentrify it a little bit and make it a little more safer, I mean, obviously the money would go up, and you know, some of the culture and the history would get pushed out.
Yeah.
You know, if it makes it nicer for people to just enjoy the city that we love.
Yeah.
You know?
But see, it's like, okay, so I don't mind gentrification, whatever you can call it. But just don't remove everything. Like if you want to make it safer and better, okay, I get that. But make the people that live there want to keep it safer and better. Yeah. Like, okay, so you're not gonna move the mom and pop shop that was there because that's part of the history.
Yeah.
But you're gonna put a bank right next to it. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you want to change some houses and maybe get some front yards with some grass. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but, okay, but if you're Chris Brown Construction, you know, work hard for less, and
oh God,
if you were putting all this money into this area, this neighborhood, you're like, I want to make this area nice for people to live in, to walk around, to eat outside, enjoy, you know, the neighborhood. But you know, you pour all this money in there. Are you going to keep rent the same, or are you going to bump up the rent so that you can at least make your money back?
I mean, you got to bump up the rent to make your money back because obviously.
But that's pushing out the people that had been living here for fucking like, what is? I don't know. I don't want to run the people out of their neighborhoods, but if I want to try to make the neighborhood nice and, you know, livable and like fun for the people that live there, like that's what you gotta do, you know. I think some people just, I don't know. I think some people are just so quick to accept a shitty situation because it's less work for them. They try to maintain it.
In my opinion, I think it's different. Like some people were born into shitty situations. So I'm not gonna say they don't have a choice but to accept it, but for so many years they had to accept it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then and I think that's where it gets fucked up when they get older, where it's like, okay, so and so made it out. What was stopping you? Because you both had the same shitty situation. One of you just had more drive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it doesn't even have to be that big. Like, hey man, your house got a lawn. Like, you can take care of that lawn. You don't gotta just put car parts and shit on there.
No, you're right.
Broken bike parts. You can actually take care of it. But when someone goes and takes care of it for you and then says, hey, it's gonna cost you an extra $200 a month. Now you want to throw a fit. But it's like, if you had just taken care of that in the first place.
True. Go and brought your little $50 lawnmower. Yeah. From the pawn shop and made it happen.
You know, cut your grass, charge your neighbors $10 to cut their grass. Who knows?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think it's bad, but I do think it's wrong when you're pushing out the people that are from there.
Yeah.
Like keep the authenticity of it.
Yeah.
You can make it better, add some other things, put a park in a school, whatever.
Yeah.
But don't remove the things that made it what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But if those elements are opposed to making the neighborhood better, you know, what do you do then?
But see that comes down to being greedy, because which is of course the world we live in. If you want to go in and make a whole neighborhood different, make it better, but you think about the one you can make off of it, then in my opinion, your MO was wrong in the first place.
I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna use Jay-Z for example. Everyone knows he's rich as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what he does on the side, personal. I don't even know if he has sponsors that he does shit and nobody's ever known about it because you never know.
Yeah.
Like Frank Sinatra used to do a whole lot of shit that people didn't know he did. He died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you got somebody like that wants to reverse the whole neighborhood and don't put their name on it, then you know they didn't do it for the money. Even if they get money off of it, it was to make the situation better. Versus some people, nah, wait, I can do what? I can sell this, I can buy this, I can change this and get how much off of it? Well, fuck it.
Okay, granted, true. But if you go in there and say, okay, I'm gonna build a new fucking apartment complex, all updated amenities, 2023 shit, but it's gonna raise the rent $500, and everybody looks at you like, oh man, fuck you, you're just trying to kick everybody else out. Like, no, I actually want to make this neighborhood better, and I want to update it.
Yeah,
but like, you guys aren't trying to do anything to try to help this neighborhood get better.
You know what? I can give you an example of that. Last time I was in Chicago, a couple months ago, I actually was the one that ran the gas lines to this building.
Yep.
Mariano's, which I don't know if you know what that is. It's a grocery store. I would say more of like a high class type. You know what I'm saying? Even though Whole Foods is like number one, but Mariano's wasn't far behind it, in my opinion.
So it's a local Whole Foods?
No, Whole Foods was still there, but Mariano's was like I said, like second in line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it was being built and everything, neighborhood, I did it. Like I can say I put my hands on that property. You know what I'm saying? When I went back and seen it a couple months ago, that shit broke my damn heart.
Wow, what happened?
It was run the fuck down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you see that and you're like, oh, this neighborhood's gonna come up and become something good.
Yeah.
And then you see the ruffians who are like, nah, we don't want to progress, because if we progress, then one, we lose the feel of the neighborhood, but two, then we get too much people looking into the neighborhood wondering what's going on over here.
Yeah. None different notes, like shit, why not protect what you got? Like if somebody's giving you something good, why shit on it? Like you could drive a fucking Pinto your whole fucking life. And then somebody be like, you know what? I got the Mercedes. I want it in the fucking raffle, but I really don't want it. You know what? I see you working, you do your thing, you've been driving this car, take it. And then you just run the service to shit. Don't get the oil change, or check the tires or whatever.
Yep.
You just had a blessing. And because you're so used to dealing with shit, you turned it into shit because of what you're used to doing.
Yeah.
Versus taking that blessing and trying to use it to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Speaking of protecting what you got, what do you think about Molly when she walks out on Leo when he doesn't own up to poisoning her?
She should have smacked the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He deserved a smack.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
But the thing is, he kind of did what was he did what was right.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I've been trying to, do for the king for so long. Like, no, I got to do for my family.
Yeah.
What's right for my family. I got to protect the people I love. But in that moment, he couldn't own up to poisoning his wife. I don't know how I'd feel in that situation, in that moment. Like, do I confess? I don't know.
I mean, because you don't want to hurt,
punch her and be like, forget this shit.
Because you don't want to hurt the person you love. But I got to give it to her.
But you've been hurting her for months.
Yeah, but that's what I got to give it to her, because, like, even though I know she was acting, she was like that loyal ass woman, always calm. All right, what you got going over there?
My knee hit my leg.
Look,
God damn, this shit is
it's crooked as fuck.
Okay, there we go.
She was always calm, real elegant, real ladylike, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Real graceful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she had so much power in her quietness.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really, really, really important.
Yeah, she's very stoic. Like, I don't know if she was a veteran actor or actress or whatever, but like she was very subtle. Like, she didn't go over the top. She didn't do anything. She kept her performance very just calm, and like you could see the wheels turning in her eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just feel like if in that moment, like, I don't know how I'd react if the person I love, because I truly think she loved him. I think she learned to love him, And she's like, I know you did all this shit, and I'm willing to look past it, but I need you to confess to fucking everything that I know you've been doing. And he didn't. And she was just like, this motherfucker can't even be truthful to me.
And that's why I think, like you said, if he would have probably confessed it, because in my opinion, I really think the overall message to the story, even though it was about the whole thievery and killings and everything else, was love is going to win at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can see that he loved her and she loved him.
Yeah.
And because he chose to testify against his uncle because he loved his wife. But he didn't tell his wife the truth.
Yeah.
And she was just like,
that you could tell she knew, but she knew, but she didn't know.
Yeah.
And she was just waiting for him to be like, to just fess up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're her, you know, you mean to tell me you've been giving me insulin for this long and I haven't been getting better? Then all of a sudden I'm getting insulin from these doctors and I'm getting good?
Yeah.
Clearly something was going on.
Yeah.
So.
But
yeah. Anyways. All right, man. Final thoughts on Killers of the Flower Moon.
Like I said, good movie, long movie. But because
it wasn't long. Stop being a bitch.
We all know it's
being a bitch.
No, we all know it's long. But like I said, it kept you interested. Like there was so many different parts in there that I felt were extremely important. Like you really don't want to miss a scene. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is important in that movie. Every little thing.
So stop calling it long. Just say, but hey, this epic film.
Really?
Oh.
Oh man.
It was long. It was long, but I like it's good. It's definitely a very good movie. It's a part of history that you don't hear a lot about. I think look into more.
Yeah.
Like they say history books are written by the winners.
Interesting.
And it's in this sense, it's like history books, you know, you don't hear about the people who, you know, died and the people who got their shit taken away from them in order for America to be great. You know? It's just
true.
It's how it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a product of the American dream, so I can't fight against it, but I understand that in order to create the American dream, some motherfuckers had to lose.
Definitely.
I mean,
it's like money. You got to spend some to make some. Like some people got to die so others can live.
Yeah. So if someone wins, someone's got to lose. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
If the question is how okay are you with, you know, being on the winning side? I don't know.
That's a good question. How okay were you being on the winning side?
Are you okay if you had to if you were on the winning side of something, but you understood that there was some atrocities going on the losing side? Could you stand there and accept it that you know that your position?
You got to be a cold-blooded person to do that. I mean, I don't, honestly, as crazy and grounded as I can be, I don't think my conscience will let me.
I don't know.
Just if I hurt innocent people in doing it, like hurting people is not a problem for me. Innocent people is.
But listen.
Look, I'm just saying.
Listen. In order for you to create the best fried chicken recipe,
this fried chicken
had to die.
Chicken,
right? How many chickens had to die before you get them 11 herbs and spices? That's all I'm saying. You know.
Until I got it right. Just saying. And then after that, I'll create camps where chickens are grown naturally and fed very, very well. And they still gotta die, but you know they won't be in concentration camps. I mean, they'll have a better life before they reach their end.
Yeah, you're gonna create a farm so you can, you know, fucking raise happy cows.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, a great movie. And I love this movie. And I just think after watching this movie, I think we should delve into a lot more. There's a lot more in U.S. history that, you know, that we forget about. But we got to remember, we can't just look at these parts of history and be like, oh, we're fucked up for doing that. Because that's part of what helped build the society we live in. And the fact that you have the freedom to say that's fucked up, we should be better, is a product of what we built or America built. Just understand that, like, that kind of played a part in building up America. You know?
Yeah, true.
Anyways, that was the latest episode of Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Once again, it is your boy Sarath, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta. I mean, there's a whole lot to the movie. We could have kept talking for a whole long more minute, but but watch
Chris's camera is still shit because I sent him a $30 camera years ago, and now we got a new camera that he hasn't set up because he thinks he's too black. exactly why. Chris went into that fun house and saw the real mirror and was like, oh,
like this is what HD looks like? Oh, hell no. Nah.
Chris was like, I thought it was Chris Brown, not Candy, man.
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
We out.
Yeah.